Oh, welcome back. Wow, that was
Welcome.
I was complaining about 5, like, a countdown of 5 being too short, and then it just started, and I
It
wasn't
just
ready.
what is happening?
I don't know. My brain.
Are you supposed to have one of those? Or
I suppose everyone does, but some of us are struggling in the brain department.
I don't know if that's a shot at me or not, so I feel offended.
If you're gonna read into it as a shot at you, you know what? I won't stop you. I won't
You
stop you.
mother
As someone always on the offensive
Mm.
and being offensive, I
Yeah,
must
you're the one
let
who's always
the
offensive.
I must let the offend happen
You're
without
the
correcting it.
offender, actually.
Just yeah, yeah.
I'm the offendee.
I mean, just like in football and sports, I'm on the offense.
Mhm.
Only cowards play on the defense.
I don't think that's how that works.
People don't watch football to watch a team stop a team from scoring. They watch football to watch a team score. Am I wrong?
Uh, Somewhat. I know people who do watch for the defense.
No,
I
you
mean,
don't.
listen, you have
Name
to have.
one. Name five. Name 15 people.
Can you calm listen, listen. You can't have a game of offense without having a game of defense.
Right, right. But what they're really interested in is they're interested in watching the offense
When your
overcome the
team is
defense.
on the defense and their team scores, are you or are you not pissed off because your team's defense sucks?
Uh, it, I mean, yes, yes, because
Therefore, people have to care about the defense and come to watch for the defense, or they would just watch whenever they're the ones making the moves. In which case, they would only be there for half of the game.
see, while I support your thesis,
I don't
okay,
like you.
I do not support any teams. I'm only there to have a good time, and to have a
Well, that's
good
how I know you're
time,
a liar. Why would you be there at sports? You've never
people.
watched a
Well,
sport in your life.
how dare you? How many sports games have you watched?
I've watched a lot of football, actually.
Is
I've
that
watched
right?
basketball.
What was the last one that you watched?
It was the game of Jackson versus I think Mississippi
Jackson is in
versus Alabama,
Mississippi.
I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, we watch college football in this house.
and when was that? Hmm.
That was a couple weeks ago. I mean, the season is just about over.
Oh, well, I'll just have to take your word for that because I don't remember the last time I've watched one.
Lord, you are a silly little guy.
It was Thanksgiving football, so I'm guessing that's probably what you watched.
I
This
watched. Okay.
this is technically our Thanksgiving episode, even though
Yeah,
we're a week, 2 weeks
two,
post
two
tense.
weeks, 2.5.
Yeah,
Sometime.
yeah, approximately. It was it was the 28th, and it is currently the 8th. So we're a couple of days past.
hmm
But my Thanksgiving was great. How was yours?
My Thanksgiving was also great.
That's great. I
Should I
mean,
elaborate, or are we gonna move on?
I say it was great. I say it was great for me, but I also had 2 Thanksgivings. Alright, I had one
Yeah,
on Tuesday and then one on Thursday. Because big family, lots of things, lots of moving parts, you know?
yeah.
And, I'm a big fan of Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving. I like the food. I like the it's a good holiday. It's very nice.
hmm
Unfortunately, I've been subsisting off of chicken and berries for
What are
2
you, a Cub
years.
Scout?
Well, I call it the bear diet because I
Oh my
basically
god,
eat exactly what a giant bear would in the forest.
I see.
I mean, it's nice. It's very healthy. It does good things, but
hmm
I have very
Do you just eat
muchly
them exactly the same way every time, or do you like make them differently?
I mean, I have different fruit, right?
Okay, because
I
like
have I
I'm thinking like you're sitting here, you eat shredded chicken and throw some berries in your mouth and call it a day. That's it. Not like you prepare different meals with all the stuff.
no, I don't prepare anything. I
I,
order 2 of the, like, rotisserie chickens, you know, because I
mm,
found that that is the literal cheapest way to get protein. It's amazing. It's like $4. I
no, that's
get 2
fair.
of those at the start of the week, and then they are 6 meals with a third of a chicken a day.
hmm
And so I have, like, the legs and wings on Monday, and then the other one's legs and wings on Tuesday. Then I just eat breast for the rest of the week, which
That
is
sounds like fun.
It's not. I mean, the first 2 days are great, especially the first day because it's, like, fresh and very good,
Mhm.
but then they get cold, and then they start losing their moisture.
So then why don't you order one at the beginning and then order the other later?
Because then I have to do it twice. I'd rather just do it once a week.
But you'll have more fresh chicken.
Yeah, but that's, I could save some money if I don't order groceries.
Just eat rice.
But rice doesn't have any protein. Okay, we're getting off topic, alright? What I'm saying is that I've lowered my sensitivity for food, or rather,
Mm,
I guess raised my sensitivity for food because all I'm eating is very, very whole food, bland, you know, macronutrient heavy stuff.
yeah.
So when I arrive at a table and it's covered in stuff like cranberry sauce with things in it and stuffing, mashed potatoes, very rich, very wholesome,
Mm, like
filling
actual
foods.
food.
Yes, yes, like compound foods.
Mhm.
I found out that my body does not handle that very well anymore. I think I need to wean myself back onto more complex foods.
I mean, I don't remember if it was you that we talked about it in the past, but, like, it's in the same sense of where, like, if you just start cooking at home and you only eat home cooking, the first time you or first couple of times you eat fast food, it's not gonna go through your body very well because your
I that
body's not used
is
to processing that anymore.
I'm very concerned about that, and that's one of the reasons why I have not eaten out in I don't even know how long. I've lost count. That's how long it's been.
I mean, if you do, I think you're gonna have to start small because you can't just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and go to a Chinese buffet, or I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go pig out and get like a Caniac combo from Cane's.
Yeah. I think if I go and get some, like, grease bomb food,
Hmm.
it will ruin me. Because I mean,
I
I've
say
g
get like
in
a
the
kid's
past
meal.
yeah, that I mean, well, that's still I mean, I've gone out and gotten, like, a pizza before,
Hmm.
and that just ruins my day. I had like, eat it on, like, a Saturday, and then my Sunday is just miserable because my body is trying to recover from all of that.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
basically what
yeah.
happened after Thanksgiving. It was even good food, but it was too rich, and I think I ate too much.
Hmm.
And so, like pie and stuff and stuff at the end of it. So it was real rough. And I tried to let it pass normally. I tried to drink some water, tried to go for a little bit of a walk, do some tummy massaging. I pushed on my what do you call that thing? The lower colon.
Yeah, your small intestine,
Yeah, the small intestine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
I was
lower
like
colon,
massaging that. I was like,
fucking
okay, it's gonna be
dumbass.
okay. But I'm like cramping up the entire day. I woke up at like 5 in the morning, going,
Hmm.
oh, this is not fun. And then it was like waves throughout the day. And I was
No, I
supposed to
get
go
that.
hang out with friends on Wednesday. It's like, okay, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I mean, I have like 12 hours to sort this out. And it did not cease. It did not stop, and it did not lessen. So I
Hmm.
was like, I had to text my friends. I was like, I can't go out because I'm miserable now. If I go out and like drink and get more food, I will feel even worse.
That's
Like I'm
real.
gonna make the executive decision that I needed that day because I had another Thanksgiving the next day as well. It's
Mhm.
like I have to sort this out, and I don't know how to do that. So I started looking around my house to try and find some medications that could possibly help me. And what I found
Oh,
you
no,
you
not this
you
story,
saw you
okay.
saw a message, I think, in the group
Oh,
chat about
lord.
this, where I found anti-gas pills. I guess I could say the brand, they were Gas X that I just had. I don't know how old they were, I could not find an expiration date, but I was like, "These I'm gonna take 2 of these."
This is a disclaimer for the audience. If you can't find the expiration or things are expired, do not consume them.
Well, I couldn't tell you the only ones that I know weren't expired were the fiber gummies that I found because I have to take fiber regularly because I just never get enough.
That'll make you shit for real.
Well, supposedly, I mean, it did help, I could tell you that much, but I also found laxatives. I put these things
Hold on,
together. I
wait.
took
So,
anti-gas pills, right?
mhm.
I took some fiber gummies, and I took not the maximum dose of laxatives, but the it was like four of these little things is a maximum. And I was like, well, I want it to work, so I'll take 3.
Oh my god.
And then I
Mhm.
also happen to have I'm pretty sure this was expired. I need to go back and double check the date on it because I couldn't I was like I think it expired in 23, but I was like, it'll be fine. I also found some cough medicine because I wasn't sure if I was maybe getting sick, if that was the problem. So I put I had this little thing. I wish I should have taken a photo of these pills in my hand. I think they weren't even pills. There were 2 pills and 6 chewable things, or sorry, 5 chewable things, all washed down with a shot of cough medicine, and then I passed out for like 6 hours, which is probably
I'm
the
not
wrong move.
surprised.
It was probably the wrong move. I mean, if I died, I wouldn't have known. I would have been asleep.
You know they call that overdose, right?
Uh-huh. That yeah, yeah. But I woke up and I was like, "Hey, my stomach doesn't hurt, and I have to go to the bathroom." So at
Of
like
course.
3 in the morning, I woke up from just dead asleep. I was like, "I live again." Went, purged out some stuff, and I was like, "Wow, I feel great. I'm ready for my second Thanksgiving meal." Luckily, the second one wasn't so bad. However, I am still kind of dealing with some weird constipation issues. I don't know
Mhm.
if that has anything to relate with this Thanksgiving or because I've been eating way too much protein.
Maybe both.
It
Just eat
it
more fiber.
I'm
Eat
trying.
a bowl of Cheerios.
That I yeah, that might help.
You see, my roommate Jacob, his favorite cereal is Cheerios, and I believe, or we went to the store last weekend, and he got Cheerios for his cereal,
Right?
and it's like the plain Cheerios, not Honey Nut Cheerios, and I think he ate 2 bowls,
Ah,
and
nice. Is
he
this with
found me
milk?
yesterday. Oh no, I think we were leaving yesterday, and he goes, by the way, I woke up this morning, and I've never, I felt so cleaned out. I felt so I've
Oh,
never felt healthier in my stomach, uh, in my digestive system than this morning because he everything that was there, it was just all emptied out of him.
well, I'm looking up the fiber content of Cheerios.
Apparently, another like natural laxative is dragon fruit, but especially like yellow dragon fruit. If you eat a whole one of those, give it like an hour and a half, and you'll be shitting for like an hour or two, but you'll be completely cleaned out.
Hey, that's not bad. Yeah, high in fiber. Plus, I imagine he had some milk with it, so that could have helped a little.
And he's definitely some kind of lactose intolerant.
Cheerios are a laxative. Thank you, Reddit new parents.
See, I was thinking about it when you were talking about how like you were eating like nutrient rich food or whatever out after only eating chicken and berries and whatnot. And I was thinking, what was I thinking? Oh, I don't know if I have lactose intolerance per se, right? I mean,
Right?
I don't drink milk anymore. Because for the last 10 years, anytime I would, it would not go well for me. Uh,
Naturally, yeah. I think a lot of people have that problem, but continue. Yeah.
Yeah, but I realized, or I guess I noticed, like, it's only milk that it happens with. And on some occasions, like melted cheese, but like runny melted cheese that's like really greasy, you know?
Okay.
Those are in terms of dairy, those two are the only times when I have anything that's similar to like lactose intolerance problems. That's when I get really bad stomach cramps. That's when I get really gassy. That's when I empty out my bowels.
Nice. Well, this is a really bowel heavy episode. All
It
right.
is, it is. I mean, the last episode on my other podcast called The Podcast, you guys should check it out. It's really fun. It's hilarious and unhinged. I
According
think
to
the
our
last episode we had,
statistics, they do listen to it.
heck yeah, brother. No, on the last episode we had on that one, it was very vomit heavy.
Nah.
So I guess I'm just keeping on brand on both sides.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um But yeah, and I don't remember what I had recently, but it was something that just had normal milk in it, and my god. I think I had gotten coffee, I think that's what it was. I had gotten coffee, with normal milk in it, and I had drank it, and it wasn't until, like, I had already drank more than half of it or finished it when I was like, "Was this made with normal milk?" And I was like, "Oh,
That's a
oh
horrible realization to
no."
have 90% of the way through something. "Oh,
And it would
I'm
happen
allergic to this."
it would
Oh.
happen a lot of times when I worked at Starbucks or, like, I would go to Starbucks to get a drink and, like, because I would always get the same drink, but I would always forget to say, "Oat milk, please."
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
and so I didn't wanna be a burden and be like, "Oh, sorry, could you make it with oat milk?" Because 1, that costs more, but 2, then they have to completely remake it. So then I would just
Oh.
have to tough it out, and it never it's been such a long time since I had stomach issues to that degree, but
So you could pretty
dear
much trace it directly back to the milk consumption?
oh, absolutely.
Yep.
The milk plus the coffee, because coffee also makes me have the run
Ah,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, but no, so I guess I can do a little talking. I
Oh?
was sick, I think
What
the week before Thanksgiving.
what kinda sick?
I don't know. I never
Oh.
got officially diagnosed,
Ah, yeah.
but I had the chills, they were multiplying. My body was aching really bad. It was specifically my arms and my legs were aching really bad.
You were losing
Um,
control. Uh-huh.
what'd you say?
You were losing control? Mhm.
Exactly. Uh, I had, like, throat issues, and, like, the first night was terrible, and, like, I didn't have a fever, I took some sick medicine and whatnot. I think that first night I took 5 or 6 showers because I was just so cold, but whenever I took a shower, that's when I felt warm, and, like, I have 3 blankets. I have the SpongeBob one, which is still fighting. It's still going.
Uh-huh.
I have my comforter blanket, and then I also have a weighted blanket, and I had all 3 of those on. I also was wearing, um, I think I was wearing thermal pants at first, and then I changed those out for after one of my showers to fleece sweatpants as well as a long sleeve shirt, and I was still freezing cold, so that's why I kept taking showers that day.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, if it works.
And then the thing after that first day, I still like, the body aches had basically gone away, but I did get a persistent headache for, like, 3 days, um, and the chills were, like, off and on, they weren't nearly as bad, but that first night, or I guess the second morning that I woke up, I was so mad because I was just drenched in sweat. It was disgusting, which makes sense, you gotta sweat it out, whatever it is, but I was mad because I hate being drenched in sweat.
Right, yeah.
Um,
It's
but
unfortunate
yeah,
that you happen to live in Texas.
yeah. But after like the third day, I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." Because thankfully, I think I called out. No, it hit me on a Sat. I kind of started feeling it on a Friday, but I was like, "Ah, it's nothing." Saturday's when it hit me, and that was when it was bad. And then Sunday, I was doing all right. Monday, I was still feeling pretty rough, so I called out. And then Tuesday, I was like, "I feel good. I'm gonna go to work."
Yeah,
And
I mean,
it
if it was
wasn't.
COVID, you would technically, oh man, I forget the timing.
I don't know how long it is anymore, and I need to get some COVID tests again. Because it would make sense, especially with how it's been changing all these times and whatnot. And
Yeah.
if that was what it was, I think that would be my 3rd time getting it since the outbreak.
Oh, so you probably got one of those later variants.
Probably at that point, yeah, I had to have.
So you think you picked it up from, like, one of the apartments?
Absolutely. Either
Mm.
that or I think Saturday we had went to China buffet, but I was already feeling it before we had went to the China buffet.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think I got it from there. It had to be at my job because they don't tell us if they're sick or if
Right.
somebody in the apartment's sick. So we just go in there assuming everything is fine.
Hey,
And
I
there's been
mean, you
several
also
cases. Mhm,
you don't know. I mean, even
exactly.
if, like, if they've been sick at any point in the past, you could just be allergic to their, like, biological just
I mean,
nature.
it's possible because some people. there's a different scent in every apartment, which is interesting, because some of them it's like because they have smell goods out there, some of them it's because they have candles, others they don't put anything out there, and but it still smells like alright because maybe they clean or something like that.
Right.
But there's some apartments, it's usually the boys' apartments, like the
Yeah.
apartments of nothing but guys, where it
Mhm.
just smells like guy. It just
Yeah.
smells like it doesn't smell like a locker room, but it does when you go into their room.
Yeah, it's just that heavy sense of dude.
Yeah, it's you didn't know. Well, I guess you knew me freshman year. We never went to my dorm freshman year, but that it because like it's just their natural body odor is what it
Right.
smells like.
Yeah.
Uh, but some people they just have like stronger stenches than other people, and so for a lot of them, it's like it's all in their sheets, it's all in their clothes. So obviously, it's gonna smell like them in their room. Some people their apartments smell like hair products, or like
Stench is a
lotions and
powerful
stuff.
word to put on that.
I only say stench because it sometimes it's hard to tell if the person is clean or not. And so if I go into the room and they have dirty clothes all over the place, and and it's just not clean in there, I would call it stench. If the room is
Ah,
clean and everything, and it's like, oh, that's just body odor, you know.
that's fair. Yeah. You really
Um,
thought this through. Yeah.
listen, I try not to be offensive to people when I go into their livelihoods.
You know,
Unlike
open the
some of
door.
my
Oh,
some people I've worked with in the
Jesus. What
past.
happened in here?
Listen, I've worked with people in the past, unfortunately, where we would go in and they would out loud be like, "Oh my god, what's that smell?" While people are in the apartment.
I'm here
And
to
it's like,
fix your
"You can't
washer, but it
do
smells like
that."
something died in here. You want me to solve
Yeah.
that problem too? I got like one of those bug bombs. Can make it smell like fresh Febreze in here and kill whatever it is that died in your vents. Nothing died
Yeah.
in the vents.
It's it's
Like,
it's it's
oh,
it's it's rough sometimes, and, like, there's even people who I don't know how they can just say things like this, like don't even think about it because we did inspections not that long ago, and every time we do inspections, you're gonna have clean apartments, you're gonna have dirty apartments, whatever. I
mhm,
go into the apartments, I do what I have to do. If I have to talk to somebody, I'll just keep it completely business and just be like, "Oh, all we're doing is we're doing this, we're checking this, that's all we're doing." They're like, "Oh my god, my room is so dirty." I'm like, "It's fine. Listen, we've seen better, we've seen worse. Like your room isn't even that dirty. It's just just a little messy is all."
sure,
Uh, I won't say anything that will have any inclination of, "Oh, yeah, your place is filthy," you
right.
know? But the person who I was doing inspections with, we had just left an apartment again. This one was an apartment of just guys, and they're college age guys. They're just kind of doing what they do. It's their space. They're not the cleanest people. And so like, they just had stuff everywhere. It wasn't filthy or anything, but it was one of those apartments where some of the rooms did have, the body odor in it. Um, and could have been cleaner, absolutely, but I'm not a clean person, so I'm not gonna sit here and judge people. Um, I've gotten better at least. And so we go into the next apartment and it's tidy, it's neat, it smells amazing. It smells like vanilla
Oh,
and lavender. And there's a resident home. And so, we're like, hey, we're just doing inspections, we're doing this, blah, 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 blah. And the person I'm working with goes, by the way, it is so clean and tidy in here. The apartment we just left was filthy.
at least he didn't say it directly to them.
Um, yes.
Oh,
And the worst part is this person works in the office and is one of the managers.
oh, yeah, okay.
And so I'm just, continuing doing what I'm doing, changing the air filter. And in my mind, I'm like, how you I
What?
because I have no words. Because like one of the biggest things about leasing for everybody to understand and know is fair housing. That's like the most important thing outside of knowing the leasing stuff. Is
Right,
fair housing. Like that's such a big thing because you can get like sued for fair housing reasons just by simply saying the wrong thing to somebody.
what I'm not familiar with this fair housing. I mean, it's like you have to give everybody a house, basically.
Gotcha. So
Can't
fair housing,
discriminate.
it's it basically has protected class. It has six protected classes, or seven, eight. Anyways, it protects people from discrimination pretty much. Based in the like leasing industry. So the people or the things that are protected of discrimination are race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. Eight. It's eight. And
Well,
so
none of
basically,
those
it's
sounds
saying,
like smell.
let me talk,
Okay,
sir.
okay,
Rude.
okay, uh-huh.
No, and you're correct, yes, but somehow, some way, someone could find some way to make it about that. But essentially, if there's anybody feels that they're being discriminated for any in any of these reasons, we can get sued for that, and we
Hmm.
can get sued for a lot of money. And sometimes it's just something as simple as a slip up or just the misphrasing of a certain thing, uh, and they could have your job type shit.
Ah, so referring to an apartment as disgusting.
I don't think that counts as fair housing issues, but the thing the reason why I'm having such a big issue with it, because it's like you're in a position where you're not supposed to make comments like that.
Right.
Like, you're in a position where you get on people for making comments like that. We're literally in an industry where we give people homes, and we're going into their homes every now and again for whatever reason. You're not supposed to sit here and judge them for how they live, you know?
Mhm.
Because it's their space. Yes, we're renting it to them, but as long as they have a lease, that is their space. And just because you don't like how it's presented does not give you any right to judge them, I guess. Is that how I was kind of looking at it? But again,
That's fair.
I'm also a person who I try to be judgment free unless for outside of a good handful of topics. Someone's like the way someone lives is one of them. Because I know if someone came into my apartment, and they're like, "Oh, damn, this shit's fucking disgusting," I'd feel some kind of way about it, especially if it's somebody who works here,
Oh, yeah.
because it's unprofessional as fuck. Think about it like this: you're sitting in your apartment, right? Back when
Right.
you were living up here,
Sure.
uh, and your room was a little different, and in
One way to
comes
put it, yeah.
in
Biohazard
comes
might be the other word
it
for it.
was
Yeah,
definitely I don't anyways.
yeah.
Uh and there's people who work at the property, they come in and they're just like, "Damn, what the fuck's going on in here?"
Yeah,
You would
it's
feel some
fair,
kind of way
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it was a time and a half. It was a
Yeah,
learning experience,
it was.
and, now I have chosen a different path.
And that's fine. That's great. And
What I don't miss or well, what I do miss is not wanting to try and make things smell better.
yeah.
Because now I
Yeah.
have a desire to, like
So
candles are
what
expensive,
extent?
alright? Candles are very expensive.
Yeah.
That's, like, the only way to make things smell better. Otherwise, it just smells like my sweaty gym clothes. Like, I don't know what
Wallflowers
to
are
do with these
also
things.
expensive too, but
Yeah.
I mine lasts for quite some time also, but to be fair, usually whenever I get them, they're on a sale and it's like, "Oh, buy 3, get 2 free," or something like that.
Ah,
So, like,
true.
I usually get 4 or 5, and they last me several months.
I really need to find, like, what is it called? I guess it's homeopathic. I don't know if that's the right word. Something
Mhm.
more natural. Because I was using those, the ones you plug into the wall, and then it's like a little chemical thing that you just put on top of it,
Yeah.
which is great. I mean, they do what they say they do. They smell they smell good, and that's what they need to be doing. But,
Mhm.
in my research into the internet of trying to find the best version of it,
Yeah.
they were like, "These are the worst thing."
Oh, for real?
Well, like, yeah, they do what they say they're supposed to do, right? They smell good, but then it's
Mhm.
also it all of the stuff that I was reading, and I don't know how true it was. I'm probably regurgitating. Who knows if this is true information or not? But from my understanding, it's kind of the same concept as like it's gonna be a rough comparison. Vapes are healthier than cigarettes, but vapes also send like metal into your lungs or whatever,
Is it
and it's
microplastics?
yeah, pretty much like the same kind of concept that
Yeah,
it's
it's like the lesser of two evils per se.
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah,
Okay.
obviously you want things to smell better, but when, like, well, maybe I can try out candles because I
Mhm.
really struggle with what the other option was. Oh God, what are those things even called? Where they mix like oil with, I guess, essential oils is the
Yeah,
word I'm
yeah,
looking for.
yeah,
But
yeah.
there's like a diffuser, a diffuser. Sorry, that's the word. It's like I really struggle with diffusers. They my brain or my other, I guess, my sinuses can't handle them very well.
Yeah,
And
no,
so it's
that's
like,
how I
well,
am
like
with
I
candles,
can't
to
do
be
that.
honest. Candles and incense.
Yeah. Well, usually, when I'd go into a place like, I don't know, Bed Bath and Beyond, for example, you just walk in the front door and there's like a wall. And it's like, well, I am
Yeah.
breathing heavy air right now. And
You know that one scene from SpongeBob where they take a shortcut, and they go through the perfume aisle?
yes, yeah, no, that is legitimately true. That is exactly how I feel. There's this place near us. It's a great place. It's this little like super health store, right? Where some of my family members go to get like supplements. But the dude that runs the place has a diffuser right at the front door that is misting over the front door. And it's some of the most pungent stuff.
I feel like
I'm
that's
able
not
to
the
like
best
walk
idea.
inside and I'm like, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. But it's my nose. I'm having a nose attack.
'Cause, like, what if somebody's allergic to the scent that you're putting in the air?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, clearly the people that are going in there are the kind of people that appreciate that.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
fair.
mean, I was able to be in there for like 5 minutes. At least the last time I've been in there, I muscled through it. But every other time I've gone there, I like go inside and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a pretty cool place. I think I'm gonna go stand outside. Like my eyes are watering and I'm having trouble breathing. I think I might be becoming asthmatic right now. But it's a great place. I like the dude that runs it. He's very cool. He's like an Olympic god basically. But my god.
S
Yeah.
Speaking of asthma, I'm stealing your thunder now.
Speaking of asthma, yeah, what you got? You developed asthma?
I I think I have well, I've self-diagnosed this because why would I go to the hospital? Actually, I don't know if I've talked about this with you. Um, so say you're exercising,
Okay,
right?
right. As you do.
Do you ever have moments where it's hard for you to breathe?
Not
And I don't mean
recently.
like you're doing like intense workout or anything like that. Like say you're going for a run, right?
Sure.
You go for a run, you run maybe let's say you run a mile, right?
Sure.
And by the end of it, you're wheezing and barely you're trying hard to catch your breath and there's a lot of pain in your chest and you're wheezing.
Right, right.
Did you do that?
I can tell you it has happened to me before.
Mhm.
Not recently. Probably not in the last like year or
Mhm.
yeah, I maybe in the last year and a half, somewhere in that range.
See, I have a dilemma. I don't know if I'm actually just fat and out of shape or if it's like an actual medical thing. But there's this thing called exercise-induced asthma, where you'll
Oh,
exercise,
okay.
and that will cause you to have asthmatic symptoms. Wheezing, unable to breathe, things like that.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
There's that
Uh,
cereal coming back up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I, part of me is like, no, I'm just fat. But then I also think back to my childhood, and even as a kid, that would also happen. And
Mm.
like I wasn't fat as a kid. I was overweight, yeah, but I wasn't like a fat kid.
Sure, sure.
uh, and like I'm thinking back to even just like early elementary school, doing like the fitness gram pacer test or something like that. I'd get as far as I could, like I'd be sprinting as far as I could. By the end of it, I feel like I'm suffocating almost.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if it's just because I'm out of shape or if it's an actual thing going on. And I guess the only way to
Mhm.
really know would be to get in shape and see if it's still like that.
Yeah, yeah, that would be that'd be a good
You know what? Maybe
scientific
that's going to be our
experiment.
experiment for the next year.
Hell yeah.
Am I just fat? or do I have some medical conditions?
I mean, I can tell you that back in I guess it would have been back in high school, they kicked me off of the football team because they thought I had asthma. And to be
Oh,
fair, my dad has asthma, or
yeah.
I don't know if he still does, but he did really bad when he was a kid.
Mhm.
I don't know if you get over asthma, but I
I
he doesn't
some
use an
people do,
inhaler
I
anymore.
think, or maybe some people just don't care.
Maybe he does use an inhaler, and I've just never seen him use it.
That's also possible.
Who knows? I don't know. But I never officially got diagnosed with asthma, but my family was like, "Yeah, well, your dad had asthma, so it's probably likely that you have something similar." And so that was what they ended up kicking me off of that team for.
So you could have been a football star.
I could have been. I mean, I was built back in the day. I'm still built. I'm 6'2". Now
You're
it's all
6 foot.
muscle. I am not 6 foot. And I'm like 6'1" and a half. But if
Oh,
I
what?
stand
So
up,
now that you lost all your weight, you actually know how to lift your head up properly?
hey,
You're not
look,
your back isn't built like a question mark anymore?
more accurately, I've been working on my posture for like 3, 4 years now. I'm
Mhm.
still not very good at it, but
Just
what I
get
did
good.
discover, very bizarre. Okay. This is gonna be a rant.
Oh
Um,
boy.
Being fat is a compounding problem
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
well, one of the main things that I found was that I relied on my stores of fat to, uh boy, how do I even describe this? Like when you sit, right? I wasn't using muscles to sit. I was using me to sit.
Yeah, no, I get that. You were just letting it kind of compound and you just rested on it.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
all those potential calories of using my back muscles to sit up straight, I would yeah, I was losing out on. I don't know how much that would be a day, even if it's just 30
Yeah.
over 10 years, that's a lot of calories. So it really
Yeah.
adds up. So I've been trying to work more on, I mean, even now I'm in a terrible position, but
Straighten
when
up.
I'm yeah. Well, I'm also in like an office chair, so my arms are I'm very supported. That's all I can say.
Uh-huh.
Or it would make more sense if I was when I stand, I try and stand better, but it's also a lot more there was a long period where it was very uncomfortable just
Yeah.
to stand and sit normally, because
You're not used
losing
to it.
yeah, I've been losing the fat that I was using to sit in the most relaxed stance I could possibly sit in. I mean, there's probably a reason why I'm a very relaxed person. That's because that's all I've done for the past 10 years. So just
Yeah,
chilled.
get active.
Yeah.
Get it start doing stuff with your life.
Yep. I mean, hey, look, all I know is that if I can do it, anyone can do it. I think that is the universal motto of former fat people. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not a fat person still, but as a former much fatter person and someone looking within spitting distance, I think probably 1 pound of 120 overall that I've lost.
Mhm.
Hey, anyone could do it. I tell you this as I can preach, brother. I can
Oh,
tell you
won't
from
he do
personal
it?
experience.
Jesus. I'm tired.
I have seen both sides of the coin.
I can't tell if we're in church or if this is a JFK talking to us.
This is JFK leading a fat camp
Oh,
in
oh
the
no.
years
Does he still get
before
shot at
he
this?
he does get shot at the end of it, yes.
Oh no. Who shoots him? Is it a fat kid?
Well, how about you be the fat kid and I'll be JFK leading the fat camp as,
Isn't this
the
just an episode of fucking Family Guy?
for family? Maybe they I don't know, did they do a
Oh
fat
no,
camp episode?
it was that's what it was. Chris goes to like a fat camp for whatever reason, and then Peter's like, or no, the kids get strangled. Um,
Oh, there
some
is
kids are
like
getting strangled.
a fat person murderer, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, there's two episodes with it because it's Lois's sister or brother was the culprit. Um,
Well, how about this is the episode. This is episode 3, right? We've
uh-huh.
had the serial killer episode already.
Mhm.
Now JFK is running the show, and
He's alive again.
yes, yes. He's like, I know a lot of you may be surprised that I'm here. I was resurrected from the grave to run this fat camp. Now I have a dream. I have a
Oh,
dream that
no.
all of us, all people, will no longer be fat. I was
Fuck
fat
this
one
guy.
time. I didn't even get through the speech. It just got shot from nearby.
Listen, it takes more effort for me to lose weight than it is to shoot a gun.
I guess that's true. Go, oh man, we'll have to bury him again. Get the Necronomicon back out.
Oh, no.
We thought he would be a good fit for these kids, but clearly they don't know who this guy is. He died before
Wasn't he in
most
a
of them were
wheelchair? He
born.
was the one who had polio, right?
I think so.
That sounds right. We'll fact check this later. We're not gonna fact check this later.
Absolutely, we're just tanked my
Oh, I'm
uh
sorry. My bad.
I tried to make it funny. You just shot
Yeah,
me.
all I
You
do is
pulled out
ruin
the gun.
jokes.
That's like rule number 1 in improv is you never pull out the gun.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the premise was a guy getting shot.
I guess. Sorry, I missed my cue. Do we want to? You know what? It's Abraham
No,
Lincoln now.
it's too late. Oh, it's Abraham. Oh my God. Like, well, all right. Well, we tried with RFK. I don't even know how he talked.
What's popping off?
Are you fine? You could be Abraham Lincoln as
Okay.
as an official delegate of your
How does Abraham Lincoln? Citizens of this fat camp. I'm Sean
Sean
Connery, Abraham Lincoln.
Sean Connery, Abraham Lincoln.
Uh, uh, I once had a dream that all of you would be free of the shackles of all of the lard in your veins.
Ugh, I'm talking about the lard in my veins.
Excuse me. Now, if you will all follow me, I will emancipate you.
Who's gonna emancipate us from the lard in our veins? I can feel it moving out of me now.
Come with me to the north, where you will find. I lost my accent. Sorry.
We're going to the north.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
far away. We're all the way down in South Texas.
Don't worry. We are going to walk there on our own 2 feet, and we won't stop until we make it. It should only take about 40 days and 40 nights.
My parents warned me about this. 40 days? Are you Moses?
Ironically, this actually seems like a good exercise program.
Yeah. Probably not walking the entire time, but it's basically like just one giant marathon if you think about it.
Yeah, true. All right, we
How-
also have to shoot him in the head at the end.
Hold on. What's considered north?
Sextempertyranist, and then you just bang.
Oh no!
Scene over, and there we go.
Let's see.
What is? Could you just
what
ask
state?
what
What's
is
the closest
considered the
state to us?
north?
Yeah. No, like where does the border between the north and the south start? Like
I
what
think it's the
states?
34th parallel or something like that.
What the hell did you just call me? Did you say the first Reich?
No, what?
The
You're
34th
racist.
parallel.
Yeah.
No, that's for the world map.
Well, there was a line on. I'm pretty sure there was a
Was
line.
it 40th parallel?
Something like that. The 44th parallel.
40th
like they had
parallel
to-
north.
the-
I think that's
the-
what it is.
They had to get past that in order to be considered in the north.
Yeah, the 40th parallel.
Yeah, there we go. See, I was close. I know things.
So that means we just need to get to where are we in Texas right now?
33rd is where you live.
Oh, that's me. Which part of Texas are we at? I'm trying to do something real quick.
Like the middle. We're in the middle section.
We'll just say Austin.
How dare you?
So the most direct path to get there would be going straight up to Nebraska.
Yeah, I would just take I-35.
Oh, it would only take 13 days actually.
Only 13 days walking? Never mind. That's not so great of a program. Though I guess you'd have to walk a whole lot. Is
Yeah.
that including sleep?
What about South Dakota? South Dakota.
Road
Mm,
trip. Everybody get a
how,
backpack and approximately 13 days worth
281
of food.
hours and days. That's 15. What about What about Canada?
Oh
How
my
far to get
god.
to Canada?
Canada's way further from here.
No, you're right. We need to get passports for that. North Dakota. Uh 494 hours.
That's a lot
There
of
we go.
days.
Oh wait, that's only okay. So we're gonna walk from Austin to what city is this? Well, what's the
Manitoba.
capital of North Dakota?
I don't know, man.
Hold on, I gotta do some research.
Oh my god.
North Dakota
Well,
capital.
I'll keep you all occupied, those in the audience, while he's
Bismarck.
googling things. Bismarck.
Yeah,
That's a different land.
I no, that's what it says. Bismarck, North Dakota.
Oh my god.
473 hours. That rounds up to 20. Okay, so the program is we walk from Austin to North Dakota.
Right. Dressed
That's
as Abraham Lincoln
19.7
and
days.
Kennedy. Hmm.
Oh, wait a minute, but this isn't counting for like rest time either, though.
Yeah, that's just straight walking.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So we add 8 hours to every day. Or wait, hold on.
Oh my god, he's doing math.
So 8 times 19. What's that?
I've had some technological problems recently.
160. Uh-huh.
The first of these is I got locked out of my Yahoo Mail account. At least
How did you
one of
do
them. I
that?
got locked out of one of my oldest Yahoo Mail account. I'm actually not locked out. I just don't know the answer to the security question
Oh,
because I don't know
that's
who
fair.
my oldest cousin is. I've put in all of my cousins' names and none of them are it.
Uh-oh. Would you need that account for anything?
I mean, it's just kind of like a junk email. That's like the one that I use for, I don't know, like my Club Penguin account, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a
I
super
get that.
big loss, but it's very annoying because
Yeah.
ordered food the other day and I put that email as my email, or like
Mhm.
as a send the confirmation here, because I'm like, well, I'm not going to give you one of my other ones. I'll send you one of these crappy ones.
Yeah.
And went to check it and it was like, who is your oldest cousin? It's like, I first of all don't remember setting security questions for this. So it's very possible that my account has been
Maybe your
hacked.
parents know?
I don't know. I've like tried all the ones I can think of.
Did you try me?
No, I did not try you. I'll have to try that again when I try. But it was like, well,
Yeah.
try logging in on a server that you know, or on a computer that you know.
Yeah.
And I've tried my laptop, no dice. I just tried my desktop earlier today, no dice. And to make matters worse, I can't even use my phone because the charging port died,
Oh no.
ironically on Black Friday. So I
So you got a
think,
new charger? Oh wait, no. Your phone's just dead.
yeah, well, no, that was the good thing is the
Okay.
charging port malfunctioned. Um, Luckily, I managed to get it working and get enough to qualify for the rebate program or the trade-in, I guess.
Mhm.
And so I was like, well, they clearly timed this out pretty accurately because my
Mm.
phone is only maybe 4 years old at this point, and that was just enough for it to die and for them to go, well, guess what? We're doing this really great trade-in program. Why don't you buy our new phone?
Oh.
Like, okay, well, I guess I could just eat this cost, trade it in. I don't want my charging port to be dead. That would be detrimental to everything about everything ever.
Mhm.
So I managed to get it working enough to trade it in and got my new phone. But in order to qualify for the trade in, I actually have to send my phone back to them.
Oh.
But they give you like a little print off thing and they're like, just put it back in the box that we sent it in and then put this slip inside and put the other one on top. It's like prepaid and everything. So all you got to do is go over to a little place and drop it off. It's like, great. I
Not
can
too bad.
yeah, not too bad at all. So I go over to my nearest, I think it's a FedEx office, I think is what you have to use. I go over there, I scan the little thing, a little prints off a little slip. I slap. Actually, I take the slip with me because I'm supposed to. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Mhm.
Put it in the box. And I'm like, great. I will. It's done, right? Assuming I will get a confirmation email, or I'll check my Samsung account and it'll be, hey, thanks for sending your thing back. I have gotten zero confirmation. Nothing. My phone, I followed their instructions like it was a hostage scenario. I dropped it in the box wearing my red shirt in the duffel bag.
Mhm.
I have gotten zero confirmation that they have shipped my phone, received my phone. I don't know what happened to my phone. It's gone. And I checked my order history every single day, and I have it pulled up. Literally, I have it pulled up on my other screen right now, and they're like, pending receipt. Please ship your phone by December 12th. I have 4 days from right now to ship
Call
my
them.
phone.
Say something.
Who am I gonna
I
call? I'm gonna go, well, I
mm,
shipped it. Have
that's
you received this?
find customer support or something.
Well, the problem is, it's like, it could still be out there. It probably is, to my knowledge, it is currently
Mhm.
being shipped through their network.
Do you have an
But
iPhone or an Android?
an Android, I have an Android.
Damn, never mind.
But I just have no idea. I have no confirmation, and there's only like $650 riding on this that I would
Mhm.
really rather not pay, and I would rather not just lose my old phone into the abyss of the FedEx network. It would be great if I could get some sort of confirmation. So, FedEx, Samsung, if anyone is listening to this program, please, please let me know that I did things right. I followed your orders to a T. I did not get the police involved. I just I just sent it off. Okay? Please, this is my plea to the universe. Don't make me pay $600 more than I need to for this.
You should have just followed the instructions the first time.
I did. I followed it. I put it in the box. Well, actually, I really screwed it up the first time.
Oh
They
no.
they they give you the return slip, and you're supposed to cut it in half, right? And one goes on the outside and one goes on the inside. And
Mhm.
it tells you on the little on the piece of paper. It's like, "Hey, this goes inside the box." And I wrapped my phone up in the little spongy thing that they sent, put it in the box, and I looked at the two of them and I went, "Okay, this one says it goes outside the box. This one says it goes inside the box." So I put the one inside the box into the box and taped it up. And I grabbed the second one and I looked at it and I went, this one says it goes inside the box,
How did you mess that up?
but I know the other one said it goes inside the box. What just happened to me? So I had to open up all of my tape again, and I looked at the one inside the box and I went, this one says it goes outside the box.
How did
What?
you do that?
I don't know what happened to me. My brain stopped working, and I just had to redo. I had to redo my tape, but I put it back in the box, and I'm 99.9% certain that I did it correctly.
What if you didn't?
Yeah, yeah, that's a very real possibility. Luckily, I still have the little receipt thing. My saving grace is I have the receipt.
Mhm.
Sort of. It's like it's a weird receipt.
How?
Well, because when I scanned it, it printed off this little thing that looks like you're supposed to take off the backing, and then it's sticky and you attach it to the box. And
Mhm.
I almost did that, except that I read the thing and it said, this is a receipt. Do not attach this to the box. Take this with you. I
Okay.
don't know why they print it with an adhesive on the back of it. I mean, I'm guessing, it's a multi-purpose sort of thing, but it seems like a very expensive way to print a receipt of I shipped this thing.
Mhm.
And it also is encouraging you to screw up even worse by attaching the receipt to the box and just then dropping the box into nothingness. I don't know. I guess I maybe need to go and look at my receipt again.
I think you just I think you're just I don't know. I think give it till the 12th and see if there's any updates.
Then when they go, hey, we haven't received your phone, we're going to charge you the full price for this phone. Then I got to go,
No.
no, no, please, for the love of God.
Just don't pay it, silly.
How am I not gonna pay it? I even use their, like, their what do you call it? Their little the payment plan thing. I'm like,
Mhm.
"Well, I would rather not pay the full price of it right now, especially with Christmas and all this stuff coming up. Maybe I'll try out their little, like, why don't you pay, you know, over 4 installments?"
I think
Okay.
you're thinking too much.
Well, it's $600 is not a small amount of money. They had better not make me
It
pay that.
is if you make the big bucks like me.
That's true, that's true.
I don't make the big bucks.
It's crazy though, with this, like, new phone, just the case is like $70. I I've
Mhm.
I've I've cheaped out before, and I have gotten, like, on my last phone, I purchased 2 cases. The first one exploded. I used it to death within, like, a year. Then I was like, "Well, okay, I spent, like, 20-30 bucks on this. I don't wanna spend that much again and then have it also obliterate in a year." So I, spent more on a stronger case, which
Yeah.
still slowly obliterated over time. Like, it had a privacy cover on the cameras, and it had a little kickstand. The kickstand broke very quickly. The privacy cover broke very quickly. So the case just kind of was on its own. Like, okay,
Mhm.
well, all the cool features are gone. So this time, I went higher, and I was like, okay, I'll just I just am going to Google and find the best possible case for this,
Mhm.
one that will not break, and I found one. Theoretically, and I've only had it for like 2 weeks, and it seems sturdy, but it's crazy what they can get away with. I mean, when the phone is like there are phones out there that are, I think, $2,000 now. They're like flipping phones,
Mhm.
or not the
Oh,
the
like
folding
the what was it,
ones.
the Galaxy Flip, I think is what it's called?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
2
it's
grand.
interesting. You
It's
also have, like, what, the
ridiculous.
Galaxy Fold, I think, or, like, the Google Fold, where, like,
Yeah,
you open it up and it's, like, 2 screens?
yeah. I considered going to that, but I don't know what the benefit is
Mhm.
over what I would have had. I mean, the reason that I have the one that I had was for the camera and for using it as, like, you know, for performances and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see the folding phones or the flips being useful for that.
I don't think so, I don't see how, but, I can attest that, uh, phone cases are definitely one of those things where you get what you pay for, because,
Yeah.
you've seen the states of my phones,
I don't
and
think
how
I've ever
quickly
seen your phone in a 100% state.
well, you'd be surprised with this one.
Okay.
'Cause the case that I got, it's an OtterBox, which, I know that, like, with iPhones, that's, like, the best brand for phone or brand for, phone cases.
They
I didn't
are
know they
very
made them
famous.
for
Yeah.
Androids or Samsung.
Mhm.
But when I ended up getting this phone, I think I went with Chanel because the last one that's right, 'cause, I had broke my phone over return, so I had bought a phone off of Amazon that was supposed to be, like, a universal phone, like, you could just put a SIM card in it and it works.
Okay.
But for some reason, it didn't work on that phone, so I was still without a phone unless I had Wi-Fi, but I still couldn't text unless I had, like, one of those online texting apps. So then I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
"Fuck this," and so I had went and I had bought this from, I think, from Best Buy, and so we were looking at phone cases, and Chanel was like, "You need to get this OtterBox," and I was like, "But why? It's a little expensive." She goes, "Because with how fast and frequent you break your phones,
Yeah.
you need this." And I've had this phone for how long has it been? Over a year. I think it may be going on the 2nd year now, and I have not a single crack on on the case, the
Yeah.
phone, or the screen.
Yep.
And let me tell you, I drop this bitch literally every day. Like, it falls out of my pocket sometimes, in my jackets at least, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Shit, shit, shit."
That's
And
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
talking about like, oh, it just drops a couple like a foot off the ground. I'm talking like I've been on the golf cart driving and it slips out of my pocket and like it hits the ground and rolls. It's honestly kind of
Oh
comedic.
my, I feel bad for the internal workings of your phone, but as long as
Yeah,
the
I think I
outside is
think
still
it's I
functional.
think it might be a little brain damage, I'll be honest.
There was a weird rattling in my old phone. Like, when
Yeah.
I shook it next to my head, I could hear something inside of it was loose.
Oh no.
So hopefully that has not happened to your phone.
Not this one. Wait. No, not this one. Everything's intact.
Supposedly the one that I have is like rated for like 30 feet. I could huck this thing off of a building and it would be
Don't do
okay.
that.
I'm not going to. Yeah, trust me on that.
Or maybe we should. Maybe we should test it.
I think we could Google and
No, no,
see.
no, no, no,
We
no,
could
no.
watch
We
people
have to
breaking
find
them.
out.
Oh, you want to like make a video over it? I think
Yeah, I want to touch your phone.
that would be a very no. I would rather you not toss my phone
Why not?
because I just got it 2 weeks ago or less.
Well, we'll see if the warranty's still good.
It is weird though. I've never had a phone with a stylus before,
Oh,
but
yeah.
my new one does, and I've been slowly getting used to it. And I don't know what the benefit is yet. I haven't figured it out. I guess I don't have to touch my screen and get my little smudgy fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, it's good for like if you draw, I guess.
I don't. I can't. I tried.
Well, you just suck.
Yep. But speaking of sucking, it has been an hour. We
What
have
is that?
officially.
What is that? Speaking of sucking,
Huh?
freaking weirdo.
Oh, we should probably call it here. I have a movie to go to. I'm gonna watch Oklahoma.
What's that?
It's a musical from the. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
From a long time ago. Musical
I
movie.
see. I haven't heard of it.
It was a musical first, and then they made it into
A movie?
Why am I having such a problem finding this? 1955 is from when it's from.
Because you're a liar.
Yes, I am. Notorious LIAR.
All right, let's go. You
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
All right.
Happy Christmas and a good
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Christmas. I think
and
we're
a
gonna
New
record
Year.
at least one more before Christmas, right?
Yeah, but just in case.
Oh yeah. I got you.
We will definitely see you next week for Christmas.
Probably.
Bye.
Bye.